You think you know what presence is? Pause for a second and try describing it in your own words. No spiritual quotes, no buzzwords, just what is it? And I don't mean presence in the literal sense of a Christmas present. I'm talking about presence of your mind.
Check, check one, check, check.
I'm talking about presence of your mind. Because if you can't put it into words, you might not be living it as much as you think. Most people confuse being busy or focused with being present. But presence isn't something you do, it's something that you are. Presence isn't peace. It isn't calm. It's not about candles or meditation cushions or perfect posture. Presence is contact, unfiltered awareness. It's you without the stories, without the script, and without the constant loops. It's the breath right here, right now, without commentary, no future, no past, just this. And the truth is, you can sit still and still be a million miles away, thinking about dinner, replaying that thing that you should have said, anticipating a conversation that hasn't yet happened. The presence isn't thinking about the moment, it's actually being the moment itself. And I'll be the first to admit, I am not immune to this. I struggle with presence every single day of my life. Even right now, while I'm filming this video, and part of my mind is wondering, how will it perform? What's the title? What's the algorithm going to, the algorithm going to like it? Is the lighting okay? Is my backdrop look okay? That's not presence. Thinking about things in post when I'm not actually here connected to the camera. You see, that's the paradox. I'm trying to teach presence to you while actively getting pulled out of it by the very machine I'm using to deliver it. My to-do list? It's technically spiritual, I suppose, and purpose-driven, sure. But it's also really a sophisticated way to avoid just being here. Because sometimes staying busier is easier than sitting with what's actually here. You know what I mean. So let me show you what absence looks like in real life. Just last night, G'lenda and I were playing cards with her sister and her husband. We were online. We were even on the phone while we played. And G'lenda's sister, guess what? She's fallen asleep between hands, man. Like 45 seconds goes by and poof, she's gone. There's nothing coming from her end of the telephone conversation. Now, I love her to death, but how are we sharing a moment when half of the table we are playing cards with is unconscious? Later on that evening, G'lenda and I are playing a different game. Mid-hand, she starts reflecting on her day. Then she casually asks, "Are you hungry yet?" And I had to stop. I mean, come on. Because in that moment, we weren't really in the game, right? We were just tapping screens, passing time, going through the motions. And that's what most of life looks like now, right? You're half in, you're half listening, you're half feeling, and you're wondering why everything feels kind of empty. You can't transform your life if you're not in it. You got to participate. And you can't heal what you won't feel. You can't feel if you're constantly distracted. Even the meaningful work can pull you right out of presence. Because the ego loves productivity just as much as it loves procrastination. One just wears nicer clothes. And multitasking, let me tell you, multitasking isn't mastery. It's delusion. You can do 5 things at once and be nowhere in all of them. Let me ask you something. You ever eat lunch while scrolling, texting, and emailing, and afterwards you still kind of feel anxious, still hungry? Still unsettled? Well, that's because you weren't in it. You just passed right through it without even seeing it. And here's the part nobody ever talks about. A lot of us know that we're not president. We feel it, but we don't know how to stop because we're already trapped inside 100 things that we agreed to when we weren't awake. Think about it. You signed up for the job. You built the routine. You said yes to things that looked good at the time. But now, you're locked into a life that feels like it's being lived by somebody else completely. You're just showing up to fulfill the contracts that they wrote. That's the commitment trap. Serving the past version of you who made those decisions from survival or from fear or pressure. So how do you dial it out? You start pulling the thread. You ask, is this still true for me? Is this mine to carry? Do I want to keep agreeing to this version of me? And sometimes that just simply means you got to make some hard calls. It means saying no to the things that once defined you. It means disappointing people who benefited from your automatic yeses, right? We all know what those are. But more importantly, it means finally creating the space for your own presence to return. LTAT believes that presence isn't something you wait for. It isn't something you fight for in the middle of your schedule. And sometimes it means rewriting the contract your soul never signed. So don't get caught thinking presence is something that you achieve. It's not a checkbox, and it's definitely not a status. It's a practice, a moment-by-moment decision to come back. Back to your breath, back to your body, back to the sound of your own voice. Back to the thing in front of you fully, not perfect, just present. And that's enough. So if you feel disconnected, unmotivated, foggy, or scattered lately, don't chase another fix. Don't reach for another to-do list. Just pause, sit, and ask yourself, am I here? Because the second you notice that you're not, you've already started coming home. And from that place, everything becomes possible. Let's talk about that. If you're ready to dive deeper into your healing journey, we've created something special for you. Curious? Head over to our website and grab your copy of the Healing Journey mini course today for just $9.99, $9.99. When's the last time you spent $10 on something good? Let's take the next step in your transformation together. The link is in the description. And thank you for tuning in today.